Hello from Delmarva. Welcome back to Shorebilly Farmer. Well, today I'm getting kind of an odd start. Of course, I had to work today. I had a migraine all night, most of the morning, and I took a nap for my lunch break, and we got it knocked down to just a headache. So I feel good enough to at least go riding the tractor. And got my lunch with me. Check these things out. I don't know if you guys do keto or if you worry about carbs and stuff like that, but these things are pretty daggone good. My sister got them for me as part of my birthday gift, and we've been ordering them now. Same thing with these. These ain't too bad neither. So I'm gonna check the oil, make sure we're good there. I got to go in. I'm gonna grab the drone. I plan on doing some drone footage today if I got time. And look at that. The oil is right where I left it. It's good stuff. So I thought I'd bring something up while I let the tractor run and just kind of warm up before I take off down the road. I watch a lot of these other YouTube farmers, and there's something I've noticed the difference between me and them. And maybe it's a presentation thing, but I notice a lot of them have nice shirts on. They wear what looks like new clothing, or really nice clothing. And who knows, maybe it's just because they have sponsors and they're big YouTube farmers that they just have so much of it they don't care. But it seems like every time I go out to work, anything on the farm, I'm getting oil on myself. I'm just getting dirty, dusty. I mean, that's why I've got holes in my pants. I'm not going to wear good clothes out there to do that, but I don't know. I just kind of chuckle to myself like, what am I doing wrong that they can keep their clothes decent and I can't? Am I just a messy person? I feel like it's one of those what is it, UNICEF commercials. For 15 cents a day, you too can clothe a farmer. Got flies crawling all over my eyes. All right, enough of that. We got to ride. So a little update on the landoll back here as far as us learning how to use it. You can see this was only done one pass, and we didn't do any chisel plowing. All we did was spray burn down to kill the weeds, and then came in once the weeds were dead and came in and disted it one time. And really in a pinch, I could have planted into that pretty easily. But we're running over it one more time now that we've had that heavy rain. Let this thing, hold on. All it does is beep at me. It's like my wife. Just kidding, honey, I love you. Please don't kick me out of the house. So all I'm doing right now is just kind of tickling over the top to break the ground back open. And also when I cut this, when I came out here and did the first pass, you can kind of see looking this way, it was done on an angle rather than straight. So that would have been straight. You can kind of see the corn stalks from last year in heading in this direction, but I disted it in that direction. And we've talked about that before. That's just to help level things out. Same thing, and I mean, we cut the same thing in this field. But anyway, you always want to disc or do your tillage in the direction that you're going to be planting, unless maybe you have really mellow ground and you're running like a field cultivator, at which point it really doesn't matter. But for us, we like to disc or do our tillage in the same direction that we're going to be planting. Makes it smoother. The landolls do an excellent job when you put them in the right conditions, and we're learning what those conditions are. But I'll tell you, after doing the tune on this tractor, I mean, I'm running 7 miles an hour and pulling 78% engine load. 7 mile an hour, well, now we're 80% engine load, 81. But they're handling them just fine. Honestly, with the power this tractor has now, I could have probably pulled a 30-footer without much problem. I don't want to, it's a little too big, but I think this tractor would do it pretty handily. Got a little something sitting in the field here I gotta get rid of. Hercules, Hercules. That's all I say. I'm surprised, honestly, as sandy as this ground is. I've hit a couple small wet spots, like right here. A little bit of a depression there, but the tractor actually was spinning a little bit. So I'm probably going to wait to do these end rows, let the sun hit it. This sand will dry out pretty quick. You can already see from one pass to the next, it's already starting to dry, which is good. Yeah, we don't want this ground to be tacky, like I've talked about before when we come out here to plant. because it'll change our planting depth. So the fact that we got the sun out and a good breeze, perfect. It'll dry the surface off just enough that when we come out here to plant, it won't stick, but there will be plenty of moisture for the soybeans to germinate, and that is about perfect. Farming. I got that field all done. It's getting late in the afternoon, so I don't know if I'm gonna have time to come out here with the planter and cover any acreage, but I might bring the planter out here anyway and just have it ready to go. That way when I do have time, I can run out here and plant that real quick. I've got I can't take off work for the next couple days because I do have some jobs lined up, so I can't take time off. I can only work in the afternoon. But I should be able to plant that farm in about 4.5 hours. So if I get off work at a decent time, I should be able to get it done right about sundown. If I have to finish up the following day, then I can. So get this thing home, and then we're gonna jump into the planter. We got to check a couple things. I've only planted a little bit here, and I preset the depth thinking that we're correct. One thing I want to look at is our row marker right? So do I have 15 inches between here and here? And I would say we are darn close. I mean, I'm standing toe to toe here, toe to toe here. It feels about the same. We're going to go with the foot test. Next thing is we need to check the depth. Obviously, we're putting seed out. You can see it in the trench there. It just hasn't been closed up by the closing wheels yet. But we need to check our depth, make sure we're good. We don't want to be too deep with beans, especially when you got good moisture. When you got good moisture like this, you don't need to be deep. And a preliminary look says that we're a little too deep by about 1/4 to 3/8 of an inch. We're a little too deep, so I need to go bring her up just a little bit more. The wife's here to pick me up. Good night. Well, as you can see, we got that field done and we started into this one. Now, normally it wouldn't take this long to cover such a little bit of ground, but being this is the first time putting the planter in the soybean configuration this year, there's a lot of getting out, stopping, adjusting, checking. Like right here, of course I'm already maxed out, but this is another reason why we're going to stop. The seed trenches aren't closing in where the ground is wet and it's packed. I've got maximum down pressure on my closing wheels and they're still not closing in. So that's another thing, and that trails right behind the lift wheel up there, so that's one of the reasons. Now the beans will probably come up because it doesn't take much contact with the ground for them to come up, but still something you don't like to see. We'll jump back out here maybe tomorrow afternoon. I'd actually like for this to dry a little bit more. It's a little tacky yet. It didn't have much sunlight on it today, so we'll make do with what we got. The other thing I want to do is I want to adjust the population on that planter. We have her set to do 140, but the monitor's saying that we're doing about 120. So I'm going to have to make some adjustments to get our population up. But I figured I'd plant that whole field over there. It's only 5.5 acres, but I figured I'd plant that field at the 120 that it was saying, just to see what the difference is in yield. Maybe there really is no difference.
Dad, look!
You made an E for Emmett.
Yeah, out of popsicle sticks.
Are you sure it's not E for excellent? No? Okay. Hi, Sweet Pig.
Hi!
I see you back there. Hey, buddy. Hi. Hi. There it is. Hi, Mommy.
Hi.
You're not going to put this on, are you? All right. The family came and picked me up. That's the end of the day. That's going to be a good spot. That's going to be a good spot to end the video.
Hi! Hi!
Hey, why don't you tell these people what they need to do?
What?
Like, subscribe, share.
Like, subscribe, and share!
There we go. Reset it too, but you couldn't hear him. That's going to do it for us. Thank you all for watching. Goodbye from Delmarva. Shorebilly Farmer. Out.
Out.
I spy something. Well, he's running towards the danger. He's definitely not a boob. If you got kids, you know what that means.